Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Around the World in 8 Dishes. I'm Giovanni. Today I'm shooting outside in the elements, and I wanted to be out in the elements because I find that in the day-to-day hustle and bustle 9 to 5 rat race, there's not much time for just sitting down and being centered and being at one with yourself. And I wanted to come and be in nature. I love being in nature. It gives me a sense of groundedness, rootedness, and I feel at peace with myself. I like to come here and do some deep relaxation, deep breathing from the diaphragm. And in my experience, it's aided me, it's helped me to digitally detox and just be in the real world as opposed to be, scrolling or just looking online and just being in the virtual world. And I don't feel that there's a real connectedness with being on our devices. It's called device for a reason, because it's a device. No judgment, I'm just saying that it feels better to be out in nature. You've got the oxygen, which represents the air. You've got the earth and the trees. Actual tree, but the trees in the background, which represents the earth again. Then you've got the sun, which represents fire. There's a stream surrounding this woodland area, which represents water. No doubt, in the earth is the metals. Same composite that we're made from, which is why it's so essential for me to be here or places like here. It gives me a sense of rootedness and groundedness and complete zen. And perhaps you can relate to that. Share your thoughts. And this is just one of the ways that I experience well-being, a greater sense of interconnectedness, and it's kind of gels with my innate disposition. Everyone has something which works for them, but for me, this works well, as opposed to taking off my shoes and my socks. It's bloody cold now, I'm not going to do that because my feet are going to freeze and I'm going to feel like, it's not great. So I like to come out in nature and just be at one with everything, the elements. Not sounding too hippie-ish, but it's a great vibe. It's a very great vibe. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the type of breathing that I do that refreshes my mind and makes me have a greater sense of inner freedom, inner collectiveness. And perhaps it will work for you, maybe not, maybe yes, but you can only try. It works for me. Along with healthy eating, healthy detachment from thinking. So a lot of times we're told that you need to think healthily, or you need to kind of engage your mind properly, or your thoughts have to be a certain type of way. Whereas in essence, what I have found that when I used to think too much, it wasn't very healthy, even if it's positive. So, but what I found in my experience is after feeling that, hey, too much contemplative thinking isn't great, I found meditation to be very relaxing and very refreshing for my whole system. And actually, no thinking or having no mind or releasing your mind allowed me to gain more proficiency and mastery over my thoughts, and to hold my thoughts, and to actually be at one with my thoughts, and to see it as an instrument as opposed to being a slave to your thoughts. You can never really fully switch off, if you dig me. So what I'm going to do now is introduce you to the first phase of being able to shift your specific reality, not reality in general, but your actual reality, to whatever it is that you're trying to attain. If you want to put yourself in a better position in life, whether that's health, whether that's relationships or wealth, then it starts and is born in the subconscious. So the subconscious is our body, and it's how we've programmed and how we've been programmed to think and feel about ourselves. All that information is stored in the unconscious, and then that informs our conscious mind of what we should be doing, thinking and feeling. So it's really, if you really want to make a change to your conscious mind or the direction you're going in, then it's advisable to recalibrate your unconscious. But before you can recalibrate and do your unconscious work, you have to actually free yourself from mental slavery or being a slave to your thoughts. So that's the first point of call. And we do that via just being an observer to our thoughts rather than attaching or identifying to our thoughts. Just by observing them, much in the same way that we see the clouds just passing by, going about their business. The clouds they're not static, although they look still, they're constantly moving. And whilst they're moving, in the background, you notice that there's a blue. Can anybody tell us what that blue is? That's the sky. So if you think of yourself as the sky and the clouds as your thoughts, cloud is a separate entity to the sky. Likewise, your thoughts are a separate entity to you. So whenever you see the thoughts come up, the repetitive thoughts that keep going around in your head, you just detach from it. Don't identify to it by saying, there's that thought, there's that voice again. There's that voice again. And that voice, after a while, the distance between you telling yourself, there's that voice, and you hearing that voice will become longer. And in those gaps is a liberation and a spaciousness, which gives you a semi-zen, or a peaceful state, where you're actually able to be without any thought. And then that brings us on to phase 2, which would be the unconscious work, or working with the unconscious, because the unconscious recognizes symbols and imagery. But first you have to free yourself from being a slave to your thoughts. Anyway, I've gone on talked for far too long about this, and in essence I just wanted to show you being out here in nature and breathing properly, how that looks like. So there's a couple of breathing techniques that I do weekly, and I don't always do them daily, but lately I've been doing them daily, and they're actually really helpful in making me feel energetic, calm, relaxed, focused, whatnot. So over the period of a few months, I'm going to show you the various techniques that I do, breathing techniques. This one in particular is called the energetic breathing, and this one is to actually, when I breathe this way, it helps me to sense a sense of revitalization. I feel recharged. And all we're going to be doing is, in the in-breath, we're going to be breathing in for 4 seconds. Yeah? So to start, I fully exhale and clear my lungs from the air. And then on the in-breath, it's going to be 4 seconds. I'm going to pause for 3 seconds. And then I'm going to exhale for 8 seconds. And once I've fully exhaled, I'm going to hold that breath, the out breath, for as long as I can, and then repeat that again, repeat that cycle again. So yeah, if you watch the video, you can try it at home. You might want to sit down. I wouldn't advise to do it standing up, because at first you might experience dizziness, which is quite common. So here we go. This is what it looks like. So done. Then give it a try and catch us on the next episode of Glow From Within, around the world in 80 dishes. Take care.